Hi everybody, welcome back to Park Bench. This is the first video since March 12th. And if everybody remembers what happened on March 12th, you know why we've had a break. But this is a great day to be outside here, a beautiful, wonderful day. And I am today with John Westfall of Westfall Services. And he works outside and does a lot of things to help people get their houses and lots looking very much better. And that's why I ran into John, because he's done some work for us. So tell me, John, what kind of services does Westfall Services do?
Well, Westfall Services, we are an environmental service company, so we're not only limited to landscaping, retaining walls, patios, concrete, tree removal, the original things that you would think that a landscape company would be.
That's where I was.
We also do drainage, and we can do municipalities and everything else. So if you have water that's coming into your basement, you need to have foundation drainage, or you have water that's setting up in your lawn and you need a French drain, whatever it may be, culvert pipes, we can take care of all that too, sewer lines. We try to be the one-stop shop, so for anything that you would need, you can give us a call.
Well, I was walking out in my neighborhood and I saw you were building a patio for a neighbor of mine. You had this machine that was moving all these rocks, and it was like, that looks like a pretty heavy-duty machine to be working with.
Yeah, the equipment's great. Really, to be successful, you want to have the right crew members and you want to have the right equipment that does the right job. Otherwise, you'll become unprofitable and you won't make it very long in this industry.
Yeah, you know, I forgot we're supposed to probably be 6 feet apart here, but so what made you? How did you get into this business of offering this to people?
Well, at the age of 20, I started working on the pipeline in the oil and gas industry. Over the years, I've done many different things. I went from working as a laborer to working on environmental, and then I worked my way up to an environmental superintendent. So I was over top of wetlands, water controls, drainage controls, different stuff like that. So I got to learn how water drainage worked. I got to take all the classes, get the certifications on how water drainage worked. Got to deal with a lot of seeding strawing, a lot of silt fence, how to prevent erosion, where erosion happens at what degree and depth of a hill, where is it going to go. So we learned a lot of that. So I took that knowledge as I got older, and I was ready to come home. I was tired of traveling. My son was young at the time. I didn't want to be on the road anymore. I wanted to be home for him. So one day I decided I was going to start a business, put my 2 weeks notice in, and started taking seminars and learning different things. And I seen that we had a problem in the area for people to try to find contractors on certain different things like landscaping or tree removal, everything else. It was a pretty easy industry to get into, all with your hands at first. We did everything by hand, because you had to start somewhere. We didn't have all that cool fancy equipment like what we do now. So that's pretty much how I started the business, was just off a limb, put my 2 weeks in, and then just started doing it and taught myself a lot of things. I've learned a lot of different ways of doing things from contractors in the area that were nice enough to help me out at the time, because being young, we didn't really know quite what we were getting into at the time, but it seems to work out great.
Well, you found out what people need. As a realtor in Guernsey County, there's so many wet basements. It's interesting to hear that you work about mitigating water. That would be very much a needed thing here in Guernsey County, because I don't go into many basements that aren't wet of some degree.
No, it's very, very seldom often do you see the basements that aren't wet, and especially when it's a finished basement. That'd be the last thing you'd want to see, is it being wet down.
I was going to say, it really helps the value of a house if you're able to get the basement dry. It increases that a great deal.
Yeah, it sure does.
So what are some of the more interesting things you may have worked on that somebody might be interested in hearing?
We really like, my favorite thing to do in this industry is the hardscaping, because you can create a whole backyard paradise for somebody. Rather it's a retaining wall that comes out and you want to extend and level your patio, doing a cool patio paver design, or fireplace, fire pits, seating walls, coping walls. You can do built-in grills out of block and everything else, built-in mailboxes out of block. It's pretty neat. That's what we really like to, at least our hardscaping crew, we focus on a lot of building design and engineering into those projects. That way we can give you different ideas and we have that 3D software to show you how to do that stuff. So
Oh.
that's one of my more favorite things to do is definitely the hardscaping. And but we also have those crews out there doing the landscaping, the tree removal, and everything else. So, but I give everything the same amount of time.
So if somebody has an idea, you can help them visualize that
Yep.
into reality.
Yep, we sure can.
Make it into reality.
That's one of my favorite things to do. We're really good at doing that. And we don't charge you for that either. The design, website designs, and anything like that we would do that goes into designing. Say, even right here, you want to rip all this out and you want to have steps come down and patio with a fireplace and a wall over there. I'll design all that for you. We don't charge you for that design.
Wow, that's a very valuable service,
Yeah.
especially if you're wanting to do something you're not quite sure what it is you want to have done.
Exactly.
What do you do when you're not doing this, or do you have another life?
Well, you know as well as I do, being in small business, that a lot of your work goes, a lot of your time goes into your work. Originally, when I first started my business, the whole idea not only was to be home to be with my family all the time, but was to also have time to do more things. But I was very quickly wrong about that. As you grow, your time gets shortened up a little bit until you get to that certain point to where you can actually, settle down, lay back a little more, and take some more time with the family. But I like to spend time with my son and my fiance. We're planning a wedding now. It's fun.
So you're a busy life.
We're very busy this time of year. Fish, hang out with Braxton. My son's Braxton. He's 7. He's going to 2nd grade this year, so he takes up a lot of my free time, takes up most of my weekend time. But whenever I'm not with my family, I'm at work.
Well, it sounds like a small business.
Yep, very small business, at least the Guernsey County small business.
And it's growing. And your office is off of East Wheeling Avenue?
Yeah, right over the road there, right coming down right after King Carpet, 1350 East Wheeling Avenue.
And they can call you or email you?
They could call me, 740-584-5131. They can email me at Johnny Westy, WESTY 1993 at yahoo.com. You can check us out at westfallservices.net. You can check us out on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Westfall Services LLC. Check us out on Google, Instagram. I think we got pretty much most of the social media platforms. I think TikTok's the only thing that we don't do.
Yeah, probably don't want to be a part of that right now.
Yeah, we're not part of TikTok. We don't really mess with any of that.
Well, I thank you for your time today,
absolutely.
and I appreciate you coming up, and look forward to doing some more work up here.
Yep. Now we're going to go on to phase 2.
Yeah, now it's got all that work done. Now it's time to make it even look better. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.